Good morning. We are at day 3 of our 5-day spring health reset. How are you going? What works for you and what doesn't work for you? What do you know you need to address? What do you know you need to let go of? We often know, but again, our self-sabotaging patterns or our old beliefs, outdated information can keep us stuck and cycling. So just to recap, we talked about making sure that you see sunlight as often as you can through the day to help reset your hormones. And then yesterday we talked about breathing and getting your nervous system into a rest and digest state so that healing can happen, digestion can happen, and there's so much more to that. If you need to really deeply go into it to understand how your body does function, to give you the most benefits of this program is to just implement these things slowly, and as the weeks go, they'll build up and become just a natural part of what you do every day, and your body will love you for it. So today I want to talk about food. Food is very important. It's not the only factor in diet and lifestyle habits, but it became the only thing that we ever thought we should do, and that's dieting. And what the information we got was to eat less, move more. And this doesn't work depending on what you're eating. If you're eating great food, if you're exercising, if you're following all the principles, then fine. But if it worked, it would have worked, and we would all be, fit as a fiddle, and we'd have the ideal weight. This is not the case. So what I want to offer you is to, once you've set up those other foundations in your life, then really address the food that you're putting into your body. Food is a communicator. It brings information to our cells. As much as we love food, it tastes amazing. It's been created to hit every receptor in the brain, as far as it's like bingo every time we eat sugar, every time we eat the perfect blend of fat, sugar, and salt. It can create this reaction in the brain. It's dopamine. It's like powerful. And if you're anything like I was, when I used to be massively addicted to sugar because I ate everything low fat, so therefore everything was full of sugar, I couldn't stop at one thing. Like, there was no end to like one chocolate bar became 2 chocolate bars, and they weren't just regular size, they were king size. And that was my every night habit, because I was like, I was good all day long. And so tonight I'm going to reward myself with food, which is a behavior that we all get into. And sorry, there's a bug flying around. A behavior that we get into, and we reward ourselves with food, and it's not even food, it's just processed garbage made to taste amazing. And it hits every center in the brain that says that was amazing. And whilst it is amazing in the moment, there's long-term consequences. For me, it ended up being that I had hypoglycemia all the time, and I wasn't getting any protein, and I wasn't getting the good quality fats. So I just couldn't understand why I wasn't feeling great, why I wasn't healthy. Like, I felt healthy enough, and I didn't have a weight problem, but I had brain fog constantly. I had headaches all the time, and I was just always looking to that next food. Like, when can I eat? When can I eat? And I ate a lot, like a lot of food. So I was just never answering what my body really needed. I was never giving it that nutrition. I was never giving it that nourishment and the signals for my gut health. So thank God I did come across the book from Sarah Wilson. It was I Quit Sugar, and I was like, it was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But that's a long time ago, probably 15 years ago. And so once we understand what sugar does do to the brain, how it keeps us in a perpetual state of high blood sugar, low blood sugar, cravings, endless cycle of our body needing it. Just it spikes, it drops, it spikes, it drops, it spikes, it drops, and this is just an exhausting pattern. And so that's where it started for me. Luckily, I was able to let it go relatively easy, and I think just because I got to a point where I was just exhausted by my own eating behaviors. And so once I did introduce fat, I still wasn't fully into the red meat at that point, and the protein, understanding how powerful that is. But once I understood to let go of sugar, like so much changed for me, so much. I just felt so much better. I could concentrate. I could get through the day without constantly shaking. So I don't know if this is true for you too. Let me know. I mean, we are so aware that sugar can be detrimental to our health. But the other thing a lot of people say, and I hear often, is I don't eat much sugar. And what they are referring to is table sugar. And that a lot of people don't have table sugar, but if that's all you ate, that would be fine. But we don't realize what is also known as sugar. And our brain cannot distinguish between healthy sugar, processed sugar, and natural healthy sugars. You know, people go, but it's an orange, it's healthy, it's an apple, it's healthy. And that's if you're eating one, you know, one a day in season, that's fine. But the amount of sugar and high fructose corn syrup that is put into all of our food these days is damaging our health. And it has the same effect. It gives you that same dopamine rush. It creates the same amount of, you know, high blood sugar response if you're eating, you know, drinking 10, say, apple juice or oranges, you know, might have 5 oranges in one hit, and there's no actual chewing motion. So your body's not getting the signals to do what it needs to do when it comes to digesting. So I would always recommend that you eat all of your food and not juice it, just have it in its natural form. You know, we've gone through so many different health crazes when it comes to, you know, biohacking and what your body, you know, what's amazing and what's, you know, but quick fixes and, you know, really changing the structure of food has a huge impact on our health. So, and diabetes is through the roof, and, you know, then, you know, just take a pill to fix it instead of moderating and understanding what your body requires. The only reason you would have diabetes is because your body is confused with its signals and it's trying to help you process the sugar. There's so much sugar stored in your blood and in your body that it can't deal with it. So that's why it sends out, you know, the insulin response breaks. My puppy here wants to walk, so he's annoying me. So yeah, so you really need to understand what sugar does to your body, the sneaky names of sugar and how it's put into pretty much every single bit of processed food, along with seed oils, which are also bad. They can erode your joints, your cells, and things like that. So I know it's hard to hear and it's frustrating, but it's the truth of it. And if you're at a point in your health where you think you've tried everything, I really recommend that you understand how sugar can change everything, and eliminating it it doesn't have to be forever, but you need to work out whether you're a carbohydrate addict or not. And me, yes, I am. So I'm better off without it. And you get to a point where you understand where your body, see, once you start eating them, you can't stop. That means, you know, it's not good. You want to be able to eat. You want to say, I'm full, and stop. And generally, if you're having enough protein and fat, you can do that ideally. And so then it keeps you way fuller for way longer, and you have less spiking of insulin. Your bloods are far more, and your hormones are far more balanced throughout the day. And particularly if you're eating first thing in the morning when you're waking, when sunrise is, you know, done its thing, it's told your brain that it's, and your hormones, that it's morning, it's time for incoming, digestion's ready, it's at its peak. So you eat great balanced protein and fat, small amount of carbohydrates that are seasonally and locally sourced. And then you'll find you have no issues through the day with blood sugar, with cortisol spikes, and constantly needing caffeine to keep you going. So just be aware that does require a shift. It does require quite a bit of a change in your habits and behaviors, but it's very possible. And again, if you understand that once you start eating and you can't stop, then it's great to just cut it out fully, which does require you to be disciplined and, you know, have some realistic approach to this. Is this what is keeping you stuck in your health cycles, you know? And also eating after dark, eating in the evening really messes with your melatonin, with your repair hormones, with your digestion, with your sleep cycle, all of that. It's really important to know when and what to eat at what time. You might not need to change too much. Maybe you do eat really well, but are you getting enough protein and fat? And by protein, I mean good quality red meat that is available, again, locally from your butcher. I know it's expensive, but I mean, what's your health worth? For me, I'd rather do all the work at this end than at the other end and rely on, you know, medicines and doctors and other things to keep me going. But, you know, ultimately, my job is me. My health is up to me. There's nobody else who can know your body better than you, and there's no pill that will cure. It's going to just give you temporary relief in a situation that's not working for you. And as you know, if you are suffering indigestion and you go on some medication for that, there will be side effects. And then it's just stopping the signal for your body to produce acid, which the body needs acid to actually digest food. A whole nother level of information there. But ultimately, it's a short-term solution until you clean up whatever it is you know. And, you know, if you are having these constant acid reflux behaviors or blood sugar crashes or headaches, ultimately, you know there is something going on in your body that doesn't need to be there. This is your body's way of communicating to you to say, can we please stop this behavior because I can't keep this up for long. It'll, at some point, we're going to break. And that's what happens. So I do have a 21-day sugar detox, which gives you daily steps to let go of sugar. It's really powerful. The first week is fully prepping, getting your mind into a space, you know, so that if your mind and your body are in cohesion, then it's such an easy process to let the sugar go. You have daily steps and recipes and, you know, lots and lots of information to help you understand what's going on in your body. So if you're at that stage where you know this is what you need, just on my website, I'll pop the link in there. I think if you scroll down in Facebook, it's there, but I'll also pop the link at the bottom of the video. And so you can have a look at that and see if that's something that you could try. 21 days to help set your health up for good. And for me, once I went off sugar, it was just such a relief, such a relief. I just felt so much better. So a big part of our food is the processing of it. Is it processed, you know, in a factory? Where does your food come from? Do you have an awareness about where our food comes from? We are such a convenient generated, you know, people today. Everything we want comes in a box. We've got 20 aisles in every supermarket, and it's just so much of it is not food. So if you have to read the ingredients and there's more than 3 and you can't understand any of them, put them back. Like, this is hardcore. Hardcore shopping. Do not buy stuff that you cannot understand. It's chemicals, and you want to be counting whatever. If there's chemicals in the food, and we've had this mindset to count calories, but I would challenge you to count chemicals. What are the chemicals that you are putting into your body? Your body doesn't recognize, and it doesn't want chemicals. It wants information from nutritious food that was created, you know, naturally from nature. That is our ideal source of food. So if it's in a bag, if it's in plastic, if it's in, you know, it's got long shelf life, and it's not ideal to be eating. We know that. So I challenge you to, you know, do this inner work and give your body what it needs. And as I said, your body might kick and scream for a little while, and cravings are a real thing. We'll talk about cravings versus addiction tomorrow, habits versus addiction tomorrow, and to understand a little bit more about why this is so tough to let go of. And if you can let go of it for a little while, but then you eventually go back to your old behaviors. Really important stuff to know and understand so you can be prepared for that, because, you know, the brain, it just wants life to be easy. It just does. And, you know, easy in the beginning, hard work later. So that's where we're at with food. So I ideally, you want plenty of protein, fat, and small amount of carbohydrates each day as you're getting sunlight. If you can eat outside, even better. It's far better for your body to then break down. Helps to, you know, the insulin response is far better, and digestion is far better. The infrared and the vitamin D is so powerful to the body. So, and then, you know, drinking water that is I'm going to talk about water that is charged and carries information versus, so you've got water coming out of tap that's been underground that has no energy. It's, you know, often we'll say when we've watered the lawn, we can stand and water the lawn with the hose for days and days, but you get one good rain and the garden's just a whole different ball game. And what happens is there's information that comes from the sun and the energy and into that water, and that carries information, and then it, you know, the garden flourishes on that. We're the same. We need water that moves, we need good quality water, and we need filtered water, not water that is full of chemicals and stored underground and essentially dead water. So we can look into water, and you know, if you need more information, get in touch. There's so many water filters out there, and the electromagnetic filters, or oh, sorry, lost that. But you know, where you can charge your water to give it energy and frequency that speaks to your body, and because essentially we are all energy and frequency, so that is why that is really beneficial. So that's where I will leave it today. Hopefully that's helped you a little bit. And as I said, if you want to take the if you know sugar's a problem for you, if you're addicted to carbohydrates and you know that you need to let that go, check out my 21-day sugar detox, and yeah, have a chat with me, drop a comment and let me know that, yeah, that's me, that sugar is a big problem. And know that you can get through it, because I did. And you know, I live quite happily without sugar in everything that I eat, and I don't get that brain response every time I eat food. So less of an addiction and less of a problem all day. Have a great day. Anything you need more information on, reach out and I can help you. Otherwise, yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Ciao.